Okay, and we are live again, and I'm testing out the YouTube Live app today. And I realized after doing a little research that the YouTube Live feature on the mobile app is available to people who have 10,000 subscribers or more. So I had a few questions yesterday after my test, and I realized that's really the reason that I was able to do this. So this is a good kick in the butt for you guys to try to get 10,000 subscribers. Hopefully they roll it out and open it up to people with less subscribers, and I think that's probably what they will be doing. But today I want to talk about productivity, and it's something that I got a question from a good friend of mine, Jeremy Deighan. He's in a mastermind group with me, and I thought, why not make a video about it? Because he asked a question in our mastermind Facebook group, and I thought, well, I'll just make a video and answer his question. So he was asking about what a typical week looks like me, scheduling my week, how do I stay so productive. The questions he specifically asks are about answering Udemy questions, consistently producing at least one course a month, adding content to Video School Online, doing stuff with Dave and the Passive Income Show, yada yada, a lot of stuff. And I want to walk through each one of those because I'll be honest that I think I'm a very productive person, but I'm not as much into all those productivity hacks that other people do. I have tried the morning routine. I have tried the waking up at 5 or 6 a.m. and doing the meditations, doing the journaling, doing the exercise thing, and at least currently that's not what's working out for me. I've been enjoying waking up a little bit later, around 6:30, 6:45, and yes, I still get up, still get going, and start working around 7:30 or 8, but it's not as much of a routine as some other people do. And while I'm doing this, one thing that I wasn't seeing before were comments. Yesterday I was able to see some comments, so if people are watching this now and you want to test out commenting on the video, maybe I can see if, oh, James April is there. James April, what's up? This is awesome. So I can see your comments. So anyways, Jeremy was asking about all this stuff. So I want to run through it. So answering Udemy questions. This is something that has, hey Crystal, what's up? See your comment too. This is pretty cool actually. So Udemy questions, that has become the biggest burden for me. Hey, what's up Vincent? Nice to have you here. But again, it's a thing where I don't like schedule myself. I don't schedule my time out answering questions. Usually what I do, and what a lot of people would say this isn't good, is I wake up, I go through my emails, and after I do my emails, I'll go to Udemy and answer all of the Q&A questions or messages. So that usually takes me till around 9 every morning. So emails and Udemy questions and just sort of inquiries overall. So on Facebook, on my website, that all takes me till around 9 o'clock or so. And so I think probably what would be better is if I took something else that I wanted to be productive on, and maybe it's a course, outlining a course or shooting a course, and I just did that in the morning. But at least what I'm doing right now is I just answer all my questions and emails in the morning, so until around 9 o'clock. Jeremy asked about creating courses. So I feel like I'm constantly working on courses, and the way that I think that I'm productive or get a lot of courses done, I really need to get a tripod for this thing. Actually, I have a tripod head for this, and I'm going to get that while I'm talking. So, with Udemy courses, sorry guys, I'm gonna set you down right here while I get my little Joby podcast thing. So this is my Joby podcast that I use for my DSLR. It's a Gorilla Pod, but I got a little attachment that I can attach a smartphone to it. So I'm usually working on a couple Udemy courses at a time. I'm outlining a course. At the same time, I'm recording course content, and then I'm editing course content. That's the process. So you brainstorm it, outline it, record it, then edit it. But while I'm recording, or not exactly while, but at the same time I'm recording and editing, I'm usually starting to work on a new outline for a course that will come up later. 1 second, let me get my iPhone head thing. Okay, so here's this thing. So this is pretty cool. It'll be live pretty soon. Oh, I don't know if you... Okay, I'm back in live. I was getting a call, so it probably cut off for a second. So this thing, I can attach my phone, attach it to my Gorilla Pod, and I could just set this anywhere, and it's going to be a lot better for you and me. So thanks for being a little patient with me doing this YouTube Live thing. Okay. So, hold on. I'm going to have to pause this. I'll be back in 1 minute. Sorry. Sorry, my wife was leaving and I could not say bye to her. That would make me in trouble. So I apologize, but I appreciate your patience. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do before I start live streaming every time now. So now, got this tripod. I could record content super easily. Live streaming, no editing, love it. Okay, now I can think clearly. Okay, so I was talking about Udemy courses, and so hopefully that came across. So, for example, hey Yaswanth, what's up? Thanks for being here. I just launched my online teaching course, my completely brand new updated course. But before I launched that, I was working on the outline for a new WordPress course. And last week I sent out a survey to my email subscribers asking for their opinions on what they would want in a WordPress course. At the same time, a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I recorded the start of a drone videography course with my buddies Will and Sam. And so that I had everything done for the online course ready to launch. I now have content for the drone videography course that I can start editing. And I have an outline for a WordPress course that I can start recording. And so I kind of bounce around between projects. And I think that makes me more, I don't know if it makes me more efficient, but it does help me get more content out, I think anyways, because sometimes I just have to wait. Like, now I have to wait for Sam and Will to record the rest of my drone videography course because they are actually up north shooting a film project. And if I just sat here waiting for them to come back to finish that course, then I wouldn't be being productive. But in the meantime, I'm outlining and I'm going to start recording my WordPress course. So that's in terms of creating courses. Adding content to Video School Online. So I try to blog semi-frequently, but what I've realized that on Video School Online, the blog articles that do the best are the ones that I spend a lot more time on. And so I'm no longer trying to create a blog article every week even. I think in general it does end up being about every week or so, but some of my blog articles are like for my podcasts. So I'm launching a new podcast episode every week. So I'm going to have enough content for Video School Online on a weekly basis. But at the same time, I want to add more content on other subjects. So with Video School Online, it's a lot of, even like a video like this, I could write a blog article about it and repurpose this content. So it's a lot of repurposing content for different mediums, from my online courses, from YouTube, and then I make it for Video School Online. He asked about doing stuff with Dave and the Passive Income Show. So Dave and the Passive Income Show, that has kind of taken a back burner. Dave and I, it just got a little bit repetitive doing the live shows, and then of course Blab shut down, and so we didn't really have a great platform for doing that exact type of show. So that's basically why that stopped. But also Dave and I just started kind of doing our own thing. And I would love to do more content for the Passive Income Show, but at the same time, I think Dave is doing a lot of great content of his own with his Daily Hustle series, a daily video series, and he's posting that to the Passive Income Show group. And now I'm doing my podcast, which we're catering to the same audience, but now it's just not the Passive Income Show that we were doing before. So, I mean, in terms of that, trying to schedule in time to do that, I'm just not really doing that right now. So now I have the Online Course Masters site and podcast to take care of. So the Online Course Masters site actually just is directed to a podcast page on videoschoolonline.com. So it's one page. And the way that I'm trying to make sure that doesn't take up too much of my time is by batch producing. And I've already interviewed, I think, 20 people. And that took a lot of time in January. But I now have content for basically through May. And I'm still continuing to interview people. But it's crazy because even if I interview a few people a week, that's giving me content for, longer and longer and longer. Even if I just interview a few people a week for the next month or so, pretty soon I'm going to have enough weekly content for the entire year. And so with that, I've already batch produced a lot of episodes. I hired someone to edit the podcast episodes from Upwork, so I'm not spending time doing that. And then at the start of every month, what I'm going to do is, because I have a Libsyn, Liberated Syndication account where I host my podcast, at the start of every month, I'm going to upload that month's worth of podcast episodes, and then I'm going to write the blog post and write all the content for that entire month. So I already did that last week for February, so I'm good through February. I don't have to do anything really else for February except when the podcast episodes do launch, I post on social media and probably send an announcement to my courses and on my email list. But I won't really have to do much writing or content production for the Online Course Masters show until March. Except for the interviews that I'm doing, which take about an hour or so, or a couple hours every week. So your next question was, plus all of the other things that goes along with maintaining this stuff, such as opt-ins, email newsletters, promotions, editing, recording, writing, scripting, creating images, creating graphics and effects, and so on. In terms of emails, the thing that I've set up my email autoresponder sequence. I could make it a lot better, but right now I have everything set up, so I don't have to do much work. And I created the basic structure of my email sequence back in early 2016. I did do an update recently, actually in January, because I'm launching my new Online Course Masters course, and with the podcast, I wanted to create a new automated sequence for people who subscribe. But I had the base structure there, so it just took a couple hours last week to write a couple new emails. So with email marketing, I'm not doing much. I do write my monthly income report and my online teaching report where I kind of walk through all of the things that I have done in the past month with online teaching. And that's just a monthly thing. It takes me a couple hours every month. And so that actually leaves me a lot of time for recording and editing and all of these other things that you're asking about. And I mean, one thing, I'm talking to Jeremy, but a lot of you listening or watching this might feel too, is that you've got a lot of other stuff going on. Maybe you have a full-time job, maybe you have kids to deal with or to enjoy, and that's just not something I have right now. And so I am lucky in that sense that I have a lot of time. I have a clear 8-hour period every day or longer if I wanted to work and to be productive. But a lot of you, and I know Jeremy, you have kids to take care of, and someday that's going to happen with me, and who knows when that's going to be, but at least right now I have a solid amount of time every day just to work on whatever I want to work on. But I don't know if this is really answering Jeremy's questions about productivity. I hope it is. I mean, really, I don't have any sort of schedule. It's just every day I do, let me show you. I do have a list of things that I try to get done. and I keep this list. So, but it's pretty general. Record WordPress course, record drone course. Those are pretty general. Look for phone for Isabel. So I have to get her a new phone because she has an iPhone 4 and it doesn't turn off and it doesn't do speakerphone and it's really old. Lightroom Landscape, this is my short form code for creating a tutorial on editing landscape photos in Lightroom, because that was something that someone in our Lightroom editing course asked for, more lessons on landscape. So my list right there is pretty short right now because, like I mentioned in yesterday's video, I've been working really hard in January to launch the podcast and to launch the course. And so this week I'm kind of taking things a little bit slower and getting prepared for what's next. But if I look at, like, say next week, because this week it's Thursday and it's kind of a wash. I don't know. I feel a little bit tired. I don't know if tired is the right word, or burnt out is the right word, but I just needed a break after doing everything in January. So this week I've been taking it easy, but next week what I'm gonna do is start recording my WordPress course. And so I've got 40, 50 lectures that I'm gonna record, and next week is going to be mostly recording lectures. I've got a couple podcast interviews scheduled, and so those are gonna be, in between recording sessions. But besides that, all I'm going to be doing next week is recording, and then of course maintaining Udemy courses and answering questions. I already have a podcast episode ready to launch. And then when things like this pop up, I'm like, well, I might as well make this a YouTube video. So someone asked me a question in one of my courses, someone asked me a question on Facebook, and if I think there's some benefit to making a video about it and putting it on YouTube, I'll do it. And now that I have the YouTube Live app thing working, then I can just do it on my phone, even though the quality's not as good as if I got out my DSLR camera, it seems like it's almost as good as my webcam. It's not as good audio-wise, and maybe I'll get a smart lav or something like that plugs into my phone so I can get better audio. The only other thing I did notice about the YouTube Live watching the video from yesterday is that it does glitch a little bit, and it's not full quality, full resolution. But for content like this where I'm just kind of talking and blabbing, I think it's fine. So those are my thoughts. I don't know. There's 9 people watching. Thanks for watching. I don't know if you have any other questions for me right now. I could answer anything about productivity. Otherwise, go to Video School Online, go to the Facebook page, send me a message with any questions you have about really anything, and I'll make a new video for you guys sometime soon. So cool, Jeremy, thanks for the question. Everyone, thanks for watching, and I'll try to make these better as they go. And thanks for being patient with me while I got my tripod all set up. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Be productive. Bye.